What is going on, Surgeaholics? Welcome back to the Sooner Surge Live. Appreciate you joining, as you always do, no matter what day, no matter when it is, football season or not, you're on here. So we appreciate it so much. Thank you. What's up, Scott? What's up, Chester, Jen, Damon, Boom? Got all of y'all on here tonight. Appreciate it. Uh, Good to have you back tonight, Chester. Missed you last night. Man, Hunter, uh, we are almost – it's weird with the game being on Friday because you got the game prep actually already starting, but a normal game week would start on Sunday this next week instead of a Monday. So it's kind of interesting how they're going to probably play out the rest of the week. And this is the big news of the day, I think, is yes, we are less than – how many hours are we exactly away from it now? About 16, 15?
I can't remember what time it is. I thought
3
it was
o'clock.
4.
3 o'clock.
Okay. So I guess I saw it Eastern time.
Yeah. So, and if it's not Oklahoma, there's going to be a lot of wrong insiders out there, including Will Farr.
It seems just about everybody that puts in crystal balls predictions, whatever the site is. Yeah, 3 p.m. as Bobby says in the chat. That they all picked OU for Michael Fasusi.
Yes, and Colin, thanks for joining tonight, buddy. Appreciate it. Says BB said all D-line player will play first game. Hey, Colin, glad you're back. The other night after the Hay song, didn't see you for a while. I thought might have ran you off there with my comment, but glad you're back.
Yeah, you were worried. You were worried about
that. I wasn't worried. I'm just saying, come on, let's go. Colin, I'm trying to understand what you mean here. BB said all D-line player. Oh, all D-line players? Is that what you're saying? I think
that's what he's sitting at.
Hey, that's going to transition. Yeah, I've been asking about you. What's up, Mike? How you doing? Always Oklahoma, Scott Erson. Hey, that leads me to a question, actually, and that is this. When Colin says BB said that all D-line players will play, yes or no, Sooner fans in here? Would you rather OU be playing a better team than Temple opening week? I'm with Eric, and I think Eric put it in the Discord. I'm with you, bro. I don't like teams that you should beat by 60 or 70. If you go back to last year, the Arkansas State game, what does it do? It's a glorified scrimmage. I get it. It's like a preseason game. But I think as the fan in me, even if it was Houston or Tulane, I would feel better. It's just
I don't get how flipping a game changes anything, Jay. Like you're still playing the same teams.
I'm with Eric. But here's the thing, Eric. You can't always say UCLA is going to be mid when you schedule it. But here's what I'm saying. Instead of Temple, maybe and I know this isn't a whole lot better, but I'm trying to think of a good comparison to a mid program, but maybe somebody like, I don't know, maybe like a Colorado State.
Colorado State. Come on.
No, I'm just saying Temple. Okay.
Yeah.
Tulsa.
3-9.
Hey, and you're going to mid like OSU. That's a good one, Matt. And you're going to get games like this. I get it. And OU, it's not like OU has to schedule big time games because of what they do in the conference season. But I think this is my thing, Great God. This is why I'm agreeing with this take, is that this is my opinion, okay? And Hunter, come at me if you want, if you think I'm wrong. I think all those games can do, for the most part, I think a lot of time it gives you a kind of a skewed view of how well you played. Because you're going to destroy them, and then you're going to look real good, and really you should look real good. But I think you get this in your head like, oh, my gosh, just destroy that team.
I think it gives fans, media, people watching from afar possibly a skewed view on the team, more so fans than anything. I don't think the team is getting a skewed view of themselves. I'm not more talking But if they are, then that's an issue. I mean, they should know that, they're playing Temple. Yes, they should blow them out. They're a 3-9 team in the American Conference. a year ago. They haven't been good since Matt Rule in 2016 was the last time Matt Rule was at Temple. So again, I think if the team is thinking they are better than they actually are, then that's something worrisome.
Well, Jeremy still talks about Jackson Arnold and Jaquez Petaway in that Arkansas State game. So,
I think that was.
I think you did too. 9 for 9.
Yeah, I did. That's true. I mean, what else is there to talk about that game?
Okay, but what did that really do? Anything? Did you see Jaquez Petaway any more the rest of the year?
Did not.
But after
that's
that
part
game,
of the reason why I talked about it.
After that game, how many people thought he was going to be playing a lot?
A lot of people did.
So
he played the whole second half, got 9 receptions from Jackson Arnold. I mean, I think Arnold had 11 completions, and 9 of them were to Petaway. I believe maybe it was 8. Maybe Petaway caught 1 from Dylan Gabriel.
I think the way to put it is kind of what Greg said. They're going to destroy him. You're not going to be able to tell a whole lot. I think that's a legitimate thing. You're going to look good. They should look good. You'll be able to see some guys make great plays, but I don't think for the whole season you're going to be able to tell much from that game. Hey, Scott, when was the last time? Diapo says, when was the last time they lost season?
I believe that was Houston. In Houston at NRG Stadium, 2016. Correct. If you're talking a home game.
Who was that defensive lineman they had?
Ed Oliver.
I think you're right.
He's killed it in the NFL. Tom Herman was the head coach there.
I think that's right.
Their quarterback ended up being a wide receiver, kind of hopping around from practice squads. Blanking on the name. I think it was Ward.
I think you're right.
I was against Houston that year.
Scott, you're right on this. They were supposed to play, and so was OU Georgia, if you remember. And they changed those games because of OU moving to the SEC. OU lost 2 of their first 3 games that year. That's right.
Ohio State at home was the other one. Hey, real quick, you brought up Colorado State. It just made me think of the other school in Colorado. I sent it to you earlier tonight. Not sure if you had a chance to.
I haven't looked at it.
Check it out. So, the 33rd team, NFL site, Ari is one of their main guys there, one of the lead NFL insiders. Mock draft. Again, it's way too early for 2025. Guess who the top 2 picks are?
Oh, I'm sure it's Sanders and Hunter.
In that order. Yeah.
By the way, hot take right here. The Buffs lose week 1. Book it.
Well, it's North Dakota State week 1, right?
Book it.
Yeah, I think they lose that game as well. I think they lose. Where's it at? Is it in Boulder or?
I think it's in Boulder, but I think they lose. Who do you think's returner game 1? Let me go through lightning round with some of these comments real quick, Hunter. This is what BV talked about tonight. Some of the guys that have been returning kicks. Out of those, I would love to see Brennan Thompson. I think another guy mentioned was Samuel Franklin. Anybody that's not a starter is who I would go with. There is no chance I'm putting Bowman, Bowen, and Salchuk back there. Would you?
I don't know. I don't know his approach on it, honestly.
Don't you have guys that are really good that could play that?
Well, in the last year, if you remember, he's talked about it. I think it was both times with the Oklahoma Breakdown, Teddy and Gabe. One time he said it's all about that extra yard, the extra 7 yards, I think was the exact term he said, of guys like Billy Bowman are going to get you 7 more. They're just that skilled. And then he also talked about the injury side of things. I mean, his first year, Billy Bowman gets injured, and it really went downhill very fast for Oklahoma once they lost Billy Bowman.
King was their quarterback, Hunter. It was King. Trap House. Nice seeing Deshaun White signing into the Raiders. I was surprised, and I think it's great for him. Alden Woody wants Bowman and Thompson. I will say this. Billy Bowman with the ball in his hands, we saw what he did last year when he got interceptions. Guy's hard to bring down. The guy's
3 touchdowns last year. OU record in return yards as well. So
keep it saucy, Spaghetti says. Bobby thinks it was Greg Ward Jr., not King. So
that's what I was thinking.
Play my theme music. Here we go, Deion Sanders. Did you see the thing that Warren Sapp in the locker room?
I saw the clip. I didn't watch it. So.
Oh, it's cringe, man. What's up, Trap? Trap's in the house.
Yeah,
Scott
it was Greg Ward Jr.
Brutal. I want to get up to something else here, and I agree with this, Trap House. Petaway, I think even in the punt return game, something. I think he'd be great at that. What was I going to say? I was going to get to something. Man, there's a lot of comments. I'm trying to catch up with all these, Hunter. Let's get to this before I get to my next question. If Fasusi commits to OU, will that influence any other 2025 players to commit to OU? The thing is, Balboa is still out. Babaloa, I always call him Balboa. Babaloa is still out there. When is he going to commit? Everyone thinks it's Michigan. When's that going to be? Is he waiting?
No idea, man. I would have to see what I.
That's crazy. And this is the next thing I wanted to get to. Okay. This is going to lead to some discussion here. Hunter, we talked a little bit earlier about it. Here's the deal. I think it's a great idea, first off.
On the helmets.
That's what I'm getting to. Not on the helmet. I think not. And Jeremy, you can join in whenever you're I think Jeremy's here too. But here's the thing. I don't like it on the helmet. You can't see it. Okay. But let me throw a scenario out there. Because we've talked a lot of NIL since football season's been over with and leading to this year. You know what I would love to see? I would love to see when you enter the stadium with your ticket, your electronic ticket, you get put into your phone electronically a list of every player's QR code. And you know what? Danny Stutzman gets a pick six to seal the deal. I may just donate that guy $500. Boom. No, if a guy makes a play, donate him some money. Do you like it?
Not really, but
why?
I this whole OSU thing, I think putting it on the helmet is just silly. Put it on the stadium seats. Most places have the QR codes on all the seats.
At the bars.
And my biggest thing with it, Jay, is we had Brian Bedford on, a couple weeks ago now, talking about all the potential changes. You're talking about there was one piece in that all of the legislation of the $600 thing. I mean, it would just, why make a change like that to then have to reverse it later because it would be viewed as pay to play.
Hey, here's
Jay.
What, Jeremy? Go ahead.
I actually like that idea.
Hey, listen, Jeremy.
And I'm going to tell you. Can I tell you why?
Yeah.
It's great incentive for players to play better.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing: if you're a fan, how many times have you been so pumped after a guy makes a play? Maybe it's to win you the game. I guarantee you, especially a lot of fans after they've been at the game for a while and tailgating, a lot of people would donate some money. Promise you.
Hey, and then maybe the Enzo dance where the guy's saying, "Give me the money." That's
give
actually
give me the money.
Exactly what. There's Braden. Give me the money.
Here's my thing: if it's gonna be pay to play, and that's what it's not name, image, likeness, then all these ideas I think are kind of cool and creative. You don't have to do it, but shoot. I mean, yeah, the dances will be out of control. Here's my thing. Guy scores a touchdown. The first thing he does is pull out his QR code at the camera, right? Donate to me, baby.
They don't have cell phones, Jay.
Well,
Jay,
there'd be a creative way on your arm.
When you start showing the camera, you're losing.
You're saying a tattoo of a QR code. Come on. That's
maybe.
What's wrong with you tonight, Jay?
Yeah, that's
wow. Chief says, where is it? Let me find it here. Can we get a refund if players make a Bonehead play? You won't get a refund, but maybe just wait to donate. Throw dollar bills in the end zone. This is getting
throw
great.
money in the end zone. This would be like the movie Blue Chips all over again.
Yeah.
Hey,
you know what?
Come on.
You know what you would have happen probably, and this is I'm dead serious on this. You would have OU fans trying to pay other teams' players to go hurt somebody from other. I mean, it would get out of control very quickly.
That's why you can't do it.
They're
not going to do it.
I know. I just brought it up. So
I joined the
overall-
live. I joined
So
the live
overall, the
tonight.
OSU thing. What do you guys think overall?
I joined the live, and this is what we're talking about. Hey, Colin's back.
He's back.
Missed you, Colin.
Hey, overall, what do you think about the OSU? They're the first team to do it. What do you think overall?
I don't know that it's going to keep going, Jay.
Oh man, Blue Chips is great. What do you mean it's going to keep going? It's come. They're doing it.
I know they're doing it. I don't know if it's going to keep picking up pace.
Yeah,
You know what's so funny though? You know what's so funny is Mike Gundy. We're done talking NIL, guys. No more talking to our players about NIL during the season. Let's go and put a QR code on the helmet.
I think that was more of
I don't care what it is.
him negotiating said contract. I was talking to somebody about that today, and I didn't think of it like I was kind of with you, Jay, what he said a week ago. But I mean, to kind of understand that it's football season, we're focusing on football. I get that part of it, but
Hey, let's switch gears. But that is a funny comment by Chief T-Bird. One good thing is they would upgrade the Wi-Fi in the stadium. One thing that baffles my mind, I don't understand. Every school I go to for a high school football game, every college stadium, they can't figure out Wi-Fi.
I don't have issues at OU.
I do.
It drains my phone so bad. Hey, let's move
battery,
on.
But yeah.
Let's move on. I was just kind of going off a little bit on that. I thought it was kind of funny. Nothing that we know would ever happen. But this is something we do need to talk about.
Bring it.
What?
Bring it.
Bring it. Eli Drinkwitz today talking about Missouri. Did you see it?
No.
Basically begging fans to get out there to the first game. Have to sell it out. If we don't sell that game out, we're not ready. We're not SEC ready. We're not ready to play with the big dogs. Call them out.
Who do they play?
Murray State.
Murray State.
Murray State.
It's
one of those week one cupcakes.
That's why, Jay, in my opinion, Missouri, until I see it. And listen, my oldest son is 14. He's so high on Missouri, it's ridiculous. He loves Luther Burden. He says Missouri's the real deal, Dad. I'm like, son, until I see them consistently doing things like, and one you mentioned there, Jay, is selling out. Like, if you're having to beg to sell it against Murray State, you haven't arrived yet.
See, I think there's a lot of different ways they could have went about it. They could have made some cool promotional video to try to encourage ticket sales, but to have your coach up there pretty much begging is, I don't know. I think that's pretty odd.
Yeah, he said they need to sell it for Murray State. Skylar says, I've got a good topic. Practices are moving towards NFL style. What do y'all think?
I mean,
I've heard rumors of teams practicing against other teams down the road.
That's not what Skylar means.
I'm saying what I've heard, I'm just saying I've heard people talking.
This is what Skylar means.
And if that happened.
Regionally.
This is what Skylar means. He just put a new one about talk about best players not practicing. And look, I'm old school, so I'm probably way against this, and I probably shouldn't talk on the matter. But in my opinion, your best player should also be your best practice player, should be your best leader. And when they're sitting out of practices, it's bad. And this is why, going back to yesterday, Jay, when you sat there and ranted about, so many guys banged up, are you guys concerned? No, it means OU's actually practicing, Jay.
Well, and Brent Venables tonight said that all those guys could play the first week. Now, Deshaun McCullough is not.
I told you that last night.
And, John, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Joint practices. That's exactly what
I just don't see
not
that
happening, Jay.
Okay. I mean,
I don't know how teams would agree to that.
Why? Like OU and TU, they don't play each other. OU and TU does not play each other this year. Why couldn't they practice against each other?
I mean, I think if they wanted to go to something like that, it would need to be spring games against each other, a scrimmage against another team. I think joint practices are just a bad idea. And again, I couldn't imagine college football in which they're doing something like that.
That could be an issue, Keaton. You're right about that. Did you see where the October 12th, that's a big weekend. I think they pretty much have announced. Joe Klatt said Oregon, Ohio State's going to be 7 p.m. on NBC. So
No way. Is it really?
yeah,
Wow. I
NBC.
thought that was a Fox game.
NBC.
Wow.
The fact that we're talking about what station and time these games are is very exciting to me. I want to get back. Someone asked me what my percentage is on Fasusi. I'm going about 83%. I'm in the 80s. And again, I'm not going to ever get to 90 or 100 because you guys who have watched me forever, I'm more of a signing day guy. I don't know what 18-year-old kids are going to do. I'm not an insider. But I will say, and I'll pat myself on the back, I've been high on Fasusi higher than most of these people have been the entire time. So we'll see.
Ron says, Neri said Fasusi's an OU lock. Nice, Ron. Nice. Mark's at 1.5%.
Tomorrow's the day, guys.
If he doesn't go to OU tomorrow, there's going to be it may be
Bill Beatembo will have to hide somewhere because the fans are going to roast him.
They'll roast him, but they won't congratulate if they get him.
What?
Well, there will be a lot of OU fans.
Can you imagine if he doesn't land him on his birthday? Like that's.
I would be shocked if they don't land him with everything coming out, right?
Yes. That means a lot, Trap House. Appreciate you. Mine's no insider.
Is it kind of like the movie Twisters? It's gut. If you feel it, chase it. Is that kind of you? You just go like that? That's
Jay,
kind of
ever
feel it,
since you
chase
watched
it.
that
That's
movie,
right, James.
Said it.
It's gotten me in trouble
times on
before. It's gotten me in trouble before.
Yeah, A&M snuck in the back door before, but hey, they like to hide and then sneak in late. Upsets week 1, guys. I got Colorado losing week 1. I got Georgia. I got Georgia losing week 1. Book it.
That's wild, man.
No, it's not wild.
Are you?
Who's Georgia, Jay?
Cade
Clemson.
Klubnik fan, Jay?
I think a second year under Riley as an OC, I think they'll be really good offensively.
Sooner Freak says he personally knows Fasusi. It's 99%. I love it, Sooner Freak. I'll buy that.
Hey, Sooner Freak said that a few days ago, too. I mean, he
has.
You can never tell anything off of a chat, but I believe you, Sooner Freak.
I trust the Surgeaholics, Jay. I'm going to say this on this game right here, Gray God. The winner of that game is going to have a better season than most people thought. And the loser of that game is going to have a worse season than most people thought. And I know that sounds like the dumbest thing you've ever heard, but I'm saying that game's going to tell a lot for those two teams.
I don't think if USC loses, they're going to be any worse than people.
No, I don't either.
I do.
He got fawned. Hey, Hunter, did you know this? USC, they don't play Ohio State or Oregon.
Correct. Yeah.
Hey.
How did they get that?
And then, like, one of their other biggest games is Penn State at home.
Yeah, all their cup games are at home.
Correct.
Hey, I want to say this, and Chief T-Bird, I agree with you most of the time. I got to disagree here. I am very high on Carson Beck. I think he's a way more talented guy than Stetson Bennett ever was.
It's not even close on that. Pure talent.
Is this week 0? Is this week 0, guys? I think it is.
Yes.
I don't think they call it that in college football, Jay.
Well, so if you're going off of what
high school term
online is saying, it's Florida State is listed as week 1 on the college football scoreboard. So take that as you but
that's a game to watch for. And I don't have it in front of me, but who does Norvell open up with? Colorado State. I might pick
Colorado State plays Texas week 1.
Ooh,
at DKR.
Be careful. Be careful, Texas.
What's this obsession with Colorado State tonight?
I don't know. I'm going to say this.
Norvell. I like Norvell.
I'm going to say this about Texas. They've had a couple of injuries that could turn out to be significant losses. We already know a couple of them. And the other thing is, there is this deal there where if viewers were to struggle for whatever reason, I like Quinn Ewers a lot. I think he's really, really talented. If he were to struggle, you're going to hear the Manning stuff. And it could just cause maybe some division is all I'm saying.
Hey, real quick, that kind of leads me to something. But first, Jeremy, answer that question for us.
Tonight was Genesis 36, basically the lineage of Esau.
Nice.
We go chapter by chapter where I've been in Genesis for 35 weeks. We'll be on Genesis 37 tomorrow. I love it. Absolutely love the group I'm with.
Hey, let me get to this. The Fasusi stuff. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter today, and the whole Texas thing with Fasusi is all the people from the Texas fans are saying, well, he's going to OU because he can play right away. Texas, we got a lot of guys that we're developing. I am so tired. And it's not just Texas. If OU loses recruits, they do
every fan base. Every fan base. And
you know what? Texas, you can't say that because you went and got Arch Manning, who's sitting out 2 years now. So don't even say that. That's a bunch of hogwash. And OU fans do it too when they lose a recruit. Well, didn't really need him. You know, other guy, we're good. I don't like that trend. 5-star. If you're dealing with a 5-star, one of the best players in the country, I don't care if he doesn't play for 3 years. You want him on your team. That's silly.
Yep. Jay.
And OU's done it plenty of times too. So I'm not calling the
absolutely. Absolutely. So OU's done that. Skyler thinks that Sark is turning into Riley. All he cares about is recruiting 5-star quarterbacks and receivers. Well,
hey, they landed a few 5-star offensive linemen, defensive linemen over the last couple classes. So.
Hey, that linebacker they have,
Anthony Hill.
He's going to be really good.
Oh, he was a stud last year as a true freshman. And they also have Colin Simmons, edge rusher out of Duncanville.
Yeah, but don't you think that if you're an offensive guy, you're going to tend to get the offensive players? Just look at OU. Brent Venables come walking into Oklahoma. Now they're starting to get a few 5-star defensive players.
Yeah, that is true.
Same thing with Sarkisian. You're going to get it's kind of like any job, kind of when people hire people, they kind of hire to their, that's certain people. I mean, that's Brent Venables. Yeah. It's every team does that. I mean, that's just normal.
I would rather
real quick.
Go ahead, Hunter.
I have a question for Eric, and then you go, Jeremy. Sorry. Eric, so would you rather a 5-star offensive lineman and a 3-star quarterback, or vice versa?
Absolutely. Let's not say 3-star. Let's go 4-star.
Mark wants 5-star cheerleaders. Okay.
Here's what I'll say, Hunter. I think it's easier to have a 3-star lineman progress and still do really, really well than it is to have a 3-star quarterback and be elite at the quarterback position. Because I think the rating is a little bit different. For quarterback, a 3-star is not going to have as much arm strength, but I'll agree with Eric. Georgia has worked that formula. They did it with Stetson Bennett. I don't remember what Stetson Bennett was out of high school.
2-star.
A what?
2-star, I believe.
What was AJ McCarron in Alabama? Probably a 3-star at best.
I thought he was higher than that. Carson Beck was a 4-star.
I thought he was higher. Mike's bringing it tonight. Look at that. I'll just say it and leave this here. I've been hearing this going to be Texas year since 1971. Sooner Freak says, I've seen more 5-star fail than I have 3-star. Hey, while we're kind of on this, I got a trivia question. Real quick. Check out the Fan Stop. All you guys on here, if you're not an OU fan, if you're a Tennessee fan, go check them out. Officially licensed gear, amazing stuff. Thefanstop.com. Use code SURGE to get 10% off your first 3 months. Also, we're going to be partnering with them to create a Sooner Surge Surgeaholic shirt for everybody. We'll have more details on that as we get more details. But here's the trivia question. I watched the bowl game again tonight. I'm so ready for freaking football. I've watched the bowl game probably 10 times. And Jackson Arnold was the first quarterback at Oklahoma in his first career start to have 2 interceptions in the game since who?
Hey, I got to give a big shout out right now, guys. big shout out to Selene, who I think is one who has sent a message and really been complimentary. I appreciate you so much for those compliments and just the back and forth about this channel. If that is you, I believe that's who this is. And I would say on your question, yeah, there's different places who rank, and Hunter, you can really get into this better than I can, but it's basically companies and people that scout these players, but 5 is the best. That's absolutely right. 5 stars, what you want.
Yeah, 5-star. There's 32 of them, 32 first-round picks. The logic behind it is if you're a 5-star, they think what you are in high school, you will be in 3 years, a first-round pick in the NFL. So that's kind of the logic every site has, recruiting scouts, like you said, and regional and national that evaluate talent.
Hey, J-Fez, I believe, was first. Rhett Bomar.
Correct. And real quick, back to A.J. McCarron, Carson Beck, and Jake Fromm. All 3 of those guys were 4 stars. So,
hey, real quick,
a lot of
Gray God,
chat.
you know what? You're in luck, Gray God. Tomorrow night, I'm going to ask a couple of things from the bowl game. Let's see how much you actually do know from the bowl game. I'm going to ask a few questions from it.
Bring it, Jay.
Bring it.
Creed Humphrey out of high school, I think was a
3-star.
I want to say 3-star.
3, I believe. Yeah, high 3, I think.
I mean,
hey, if they let
Actually,
the
he
go
was
ahead.
a 4-star.
Hey guys, I'm gonna say something, and we've talked about it. I don't want to get off on a tangent tonight, but I want to say that the fact that Michael Hawkins has looked so good, I said this a couple weeks ago. People are saying Jackson Arnold has put on some weight, muscle. He looks really, really good. We know Jackson Arnold can also be a good runner. I do think that is under talked about, guys. I think if Michael Hawkins is as good as people are saying, that means you could afford to maybe run Jackson Arnold. Whereas if he wasn't going to be ready and they only had Casey Thompson, the coordinator, Latrell, might say, look, we've got to kind of rein in when he runs. If they just let Jackson Arnold go play, knowing they have someone behind him that can at least come in and be ready, I do think that's a big deal, because if Jackson Arnold used his legs in high school, guys, it wasn't just a passing quarterback.
855 yards and 23 touchdowns on the ground his senior year.
You got to run him.
You have to.
I think they do have to run him too. One thing, though, that I think I really want to see is I kind of want to see a totally different run offense this year from Oklahoma. I don't think Levy's run game, when he came to Oklahoma, I thought OU's run game was going to be elite. I really did. And it was good. Don't get me wrong. But I thought he was going to be, because he talked about being really physical in the run game. And it felt, maybe it's just me, maybe other people don't agree with this. It felt like it was more finesse run game than it was power run game. That's just me. I don't know. Do y'all agree that or not?
Yeah,
Jay,
I'm with you. What's up, PD? Glad to have you on here tonight.
Yeah, it is, Jay. It is. It's the physical nature. I go back to think about running quarterbacks who also threw the ball really well, but they did not change who they were to win national championships. The one that really comes out is Vince Young. Obviously, he could throw the ball, but they did not try to corral Vince Young in and hold back the reins and not let him run. And there's other guys too who have done that. I mean, that's what you have to be, I think.
Hey, answer Chief T-Bird's question. Prediction first game, more yards rushing or passing? I say rushing.
For Arnold?
No, overall for Oklahoma.
I'm going to say passing.
I'm going to go passing as well.
I'm going to go rushing.
And here's why I'm going to say passing. 2 or 3 big plays, passing is going to win out. I mean, you hit Deion Burks down the seam 2 or 3 times, you got 210 right there. 60 or 70-yard house calls, guys.
A lot of people are saying passing. Scott from East Tennessee guy says Levy offense is like Heupel's. You are right, Scott. They spread the D out so they have numbers advantage in the box to run the ball. I agree. It is similar to Heupel's. I mean, they're under the same kind of tree. So I would agree with that. Do you like Heupel's run offense? I like a little bit more smash mouth. And if you go back and look at maybe I don't know, we could probably pull it up, but the last 10 years, national champions, I think a lot of them were a little more physical in the run game than finesse.
I can't think of a team that wasn't.
I can't either.
Hey, real quick, back to passing, rushing. Starting to do a little bit of Temple research. A year ago, they had 2 interceptions. Secondary, not good. I mean, their entire defense isn't good, but their secondary was very bad. So,
yeah,
I would think Oklahoma has more passing yards.
Hey,
I still think they rush for probably 250.
I thought something that maybe you guys talked about it. Again, I apologize. It's kind of dark in my 07 Odyssey. That's as good as the lights get. That's as much power as this thing has. But I was at Bible study, so you guys know where I'm at. I'm at a Walmart near you. Okay, but listen, something I think that maybe we should talk about. I thought it was really cool what Danny Stutzman did with the incoming class of students at OU. When he, in my opinion, the JFA chant, I think he's heard, and people have talked about that. I think that the players have talked about how everyone was saying that, maybe he's not the guy. I think that was kind of, hey, we got you, dude. You're our guy.
I don't think it was really as much that. I think it was more that Jackson Arnold doesn't seem to really like that chant a whole lot. But
he doesn't?
That was just how I saw the video of him kind of not looking like he was all for it. And because Danny even said there that he promised him he wasn't going to, and then he did. So,
hey, real quick, the Malcolm freestyle stuff, we can't do it tonight because Jeremy's in his car. We have something we're working on. It's going to be legit, right, Jerem?
I don't have my gold chain with me.
It's going to be legit tomorrow night. Are you going to be on tomorrow night?
Actually, yeah. What we're actually going to do, guys, and I'm just going to warn you so you guys can prepare to turn your sound down. If I can get my trumpet, if I can find it in my dad's attic tomorrow, we're going to transition. It's going to go Hey Song straight into the Malcolm Kelly rap. And you guys tell us which one you want to hear, okay, at the game this year. Which one's going to get you fired
up? And in the Discord, I agree with Chief T-Bird a little bit when he was talking about the freestyle. We were talking about it yesterday. The whole crowd did the freestyle. I do think you have to have a beat, something after it to transition into or something.
You actually don't, Jay.
I think afterwards
you actually don't. Some of the coolest sound and coolest thing to hear is all voices together and actually no music.
It is soccer. Well, soccer people do it.
I mean, if they play like the clip, there's a beat. There was a player beating on a trash can. That was a pretty solid beat that you could hear it pretty well in the clip.
I get knocked down, but I get up again.
One of my most least favorite songs of all time.
Yeah, I'm not.
I honestly don't know what you're talking.
It's too old.
You're too young, dude. You're too young, Hunter.
Right.
Yeah, you could remaster it. You could do some cool stuff with it for sure. And soccer chants are the best. I agree, Ricky. But soccer fans are different than football fans, right? Don't you think?
They're passionate, Jay. That's the biggest thing.
I think OU fans are passionate. That's not really what I meant. I mean,
Some are.
Well, maybe not. Hey, wait, I want to read this comment. Chad says, go old school and play clean. We are the champion. There's a lot of songs you could play. I mean, but I don't want to get all into all that stuff. Eric says unbelievable. I don't know what the unbelievable is about.
Probably about playing Queen.
Keaton didn't want anything made before 1990. If you ask the players, they want all the new stuff. They don't want all the old stuff. I would agree.
Again, I'm going to say this. The reason the Malcolm Kelly rap, the number one reason it would be the best, I think Eric alluded to this the other day, the number one reason it would be the best is nobody else can do it.
That's true.
No one else can do it. It's your own.
And you got so many guys that are creative, and gals too, that are creative with all the technology now. You could come up with something really cool with the rap. I mean, you could get something legit, right? Yeah.
It's not going to happen though, but it would be great. Maybe the Surgeaholics can start this though.
Maybe we should create one with the rap.
Jay, you remember when OU won?
Hunter, we'll create it. Give you the tape. You can give it to whoever you need to give it to. There.
I got another trivia, Jay?
What?
I got another trivia. In 2000 when
Movie
OU won the
related.
national. In 2000 when OU won the national championship, there was a famous song that was redone for OU.
Oh gosh, here we go.
Hunter,
That
do
is
you
one
know
of the worst. It's one of the
I'm
worst
pretty
songs
sure I
ever
do,
made, ever.
it was awful. Someone will know this. If you were alive and watched the OU championship run in 2000, you guys know what. There it is. Who let the Sooners out? Ooh, ooh.
Oh,
it was so ridiculous.
Hey,
I can just tell you,
Dalpolis.
From 2 days ago when you sang the Hey song, and now you just did that. The last thing we want is you rapping the Malcolm Kelly song.
Hey,
And,
Yeah. And the trumpet.
look,
I
the
think we can
rapping
avoid
Jays.
both of them.
The rapping Jays.
Hey, and I'll say this: if something were to happen, and yeah, we were able, whatever, and Eric, you 100% get the credit. Okay,
Eric
Hey.
will get the credit.
Real quick, I think TCU did remaster it. Malcolm Kelly, I believe, did it in a meeting with them before, and they posted.
Oh, that's weak.
Hey, didn't OU do it in what, 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
What?
OU sang that rap after they won the Big 12 championship a few years ago.
2020.
Yeah, they do it all the time. I mean,
Right.
They sing it before they break out into groups. Like they play it on the Jumbotron, all of that.
Hunter, get started with it. Let's go.
I think it needs. I think you have the captain of the team or something out there. I mean, it'd be. Oh gosh, I'm seeing some comments that some of these comments are cracking me up tonight. Chief, appreciate it. Says, I'm here for the trumpet. Jeremy's here for the trumpet, bud. And Jeremy's gone. He left.
Must have hit
Somebody
a rough
chased him down in the
spot.
Walmart parking lot. Jeez,
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
Maybe he got a phone call. He could have got a phone call.
That's true. About to start a college football Sooner dynasty. By the way, can you believe this, guys? I have not played one down in college football 25 yet.
Wild, Jay. Wild. Crazy. Why?
Crazy.
Why not? Why not play the game?
Busy, Hunter. Busy.
I am too. I mean, I'll be honest. Since school started, I have not played the game at all. So it's only been 2 days.
Yeah, security was after him, John. Security was after him. OU's O-line is bad in the game. Red Kingdom. Do you know that song? Hey.
Not by that artist. I mean,
Steve, when I get off here, I'm gonna go listen to that. When I get off here tonight, I'm gonna see what that is. Pick up the sticks, Hunter. Pick them up, bro.
I'm on PlayStation, guys. PlayStation.
Hey, once again, I want to say thank you for you guys joining us. As always, we are so stinking close to football. I can smell it. You can smell it in the grass. You can smell it in the air, everywhere. It's almost football season. We're going to get football this weekend. Not OU, but we're going to get football, and that'll be enough to whet my appetite. But thanks for joining us. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody in the chat tonight. Thanks, Chief, for the super. We really, really appreciate it. Can't even really put it into words, but we do appreciate it big time. And I want to say this, too. For everybody that's in the Discord, thank you. Big time, okay? It's big time that y'all are in there and you communicate and you banter all the time. That's what makes it a good Discord. So thank you. Thanks, Scott, for joining us from Tennessee fans. And thanks, Fanstop. Appreciate the Fanstop, as always, and their support. You guys have a good night. We will talk to you tomorrow.